In Argentina, more and more sectors are joining the demand for pharmaceutical corporations to lift the patents of vaccines against Covid-19. Scientists from the South American country are promoting this international campaign. We have more details in the following report by our correspondent Carolina Silvestre.
At the G20 Leaders Summit held in November 2020, the Argentine president himself proposed declaring vaccines against the novel coronavirus a global public good.
Argentina is also committed to any regional or global initiative aimed at facilitating universal and equitable access to medicines, treatments and vaccines. Cooperation and solidarity are the two elements to fight against the pandemic. This fight is not only of governments, it is a collective responsibility of the international community that requires subscribing to a great pact of global solidarity.
For the researcher and specialist in international health and health policies at the National Scientific and Technical Research Council of Argentina, Marcela Velardo, the main obstacle to universal access to vaccines are the exclusive rights granted by patents.
They generate monopolies in favor of big pharmaceutical companies. It is estimated that 3/4 of the funding for COVID vaccine research comes from public investment, but it is only big pharmaceutical which is operating as an economic cartel that benefits from the investment. Intellectual property rights means that pharmaceutical companies maintain exclusive and absolute control over production, distribution and market pricing.
For Argentine scientists, given the situation that humanity is facing, it is inconceivable to wait the 20 years required for the expiration of patents on vaccines against COVID-19.
A waiver within the World Trade Organization will allow all countries not to have to comply with patents in their national territory, but countries, their governments, can also release the patents to produce the vaccine locally if they have the productive capacity to do so, and there are already several organizations worldwide that we are cooperating to denounce the dangers of marginalizing the countries of the South in the access to vaccines.
More and more governments, voices and sectors of the world are making the same demand.
Several intellectuals such as Silvia Rodriguez, Dilma Rousseff, Piedad Córdoba, Atilio Borón and so many others. The purpose of this campaign is to make visible that there are countries that concentrate the largest amount of vaccines produced and others that have not yet received anything, and it is sense to push, accompany and strengthen the initiative of some states to suspend, at least for the duration of the pandemic, the intellectual property rights of vaccines and medicines.
The global crisis is so deep and the pandemic so uncontrollable that even the United States and the European Union have now agreed to lift patent protections. Although this is not enough to make it a reality, since it will be the pharmaceutical corporations who will make the final decision.
Carolina Silvestre, teleSUR, Buenos Aires.